Hey Dion, it's Papa. First off, from now on, I want you to put the subject up here because as you build more documents, it's going to be really hard to distinguish which documents belong to which. So in this case, I would name it IEW and then Boston Tea Party. That this needs to be capitalized, so I'm gonna let you capitalize that. But from now on, I want you to put the subject here because that way it's easier to find. Okay. Let's see here. The first thing is no taxes, King George. So if you say it this way, it sounds like King George is known for no taxes, but I'm pretty sure you mean no taxes, comma, King George. It's like you're trying to, right? So if you leave it this way, it just means that he was a king that had no taxes, and that's not true. Okay, so fix that. The second thing. All right. The second thing is there's a section here that says 10-year-old Paul, who was anxious, had a brother. Um, I think you're just trying to force this in here, but as you know, nobody talks like that. It's not the right way to speak it. I've never heard anybody say 10-year-old Paul, who was anxious. Um, I would say 10-year-old Paul was anxious. That's it. 10-year-old Paul was anxious, period. His brother was part of the Sons of Liberty and told him something exciting was going to happen. So those are two sentences. Okay, and let's see. Paul surprisingly knew it had to do with the three ships. So he knew, or he didn't know. So I need for you to clarify this because it sounds like he already knew um, by this. What you can probably say, I think what you're trying to say is Paul surprisingly found out that it had to do with the three ships because he found out later. That's what made him surprised, right? So please fix that. The colonists aviously. Um, I actually don't know what that means. Let's see. To do something in a strange. I actually don't know what it means. To do something in a strange, socially unacceptable behavior. Um, okay. That means that's right. They thought the British had no right to tax them and made the colonists hostile. Hostel is, if you look it up on the dictionary, hostel is actually a place to stay. So, yeah, it's an establishment where inexpensive food and lodging. So you'll need to revisit this and find out what that word is, okay? The royal governor didn't send the ships back. He wanted to follow the king's orders and have the ships drop off the tea by December 16th, which was tonight. Um, so there's no oh, which was that night, not tonight, because tonight means present tense, right? So you'll want to put there's two spaces here, by the way. You'll need to put comma, which was that same night. Okay. Um, about 100 Indians cut through the crowd. Paul, who realized the Indians were the Sons of Liberty. So in this case, you're breaking it up because you are, um, right before you continue that sentence, you are explaining something. So you'll need to put another comma right here. Okay, right here. Paul, comma, who realized the Indians, this needs to be capitalized, were the Sons of Liberty, comma, perfect. Finally pieced together plan. I think you mean finally piece together their plan. Otherwise, it's an incomplete sentence. When they ran onto the ship, the Sons of Liberty cut and threw the tea into the ocean. The crowd started a rally and chanted, "Rally, Indians, bring your axes and tell King George we'll pay no taxes." Paul knew King George would unwillingly understand this message. Everything else is good. If you can fix that, I think you're good to go. I don't have the checklist in front of me, so I'm going to trust that you have alliteration, that you have uh, underlined all the ly words, and I do know that this is good MLA format. So good job, bud. So make those fixes and let me know when it's done, and I will take a look at it again. Okay? Thanks, bud.